Uh,
WBO lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez has been dropped from Ring Magazine pound for pound top 10 list. Let's talk about it. What's going on, YouTube? You guys already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Sports Guy TV, where we talk sports like religion. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Click that notification bell so you can get notified when I upload. Share the content, jump in the comments. Let's get it cracking. Yeah, so we all know that Teofimo Lopez just fought Jermaine ORTIZ over the weekend. Well, let's say Thursday, February 8th. Teofimo Lopez now 20 wins, 1 loss, 13 wins by way of knockout. Jermaine ORTIZ now 17-1 with 2 losses, and 8 of those wins by way of knockout. Ring Magazine wasn't impressed by Teofimo's performance. In fact, many out there in the boxing world believe that Jermaine ORTIZ won that bout. Some even call it a robbery. You had 215 to 113 scores, and then you had a ridiculous 117, 111 score, which I don't know what the judge was watching when it came to that score. Jermaine ORTIZ, man, he appeared to give Teofimo, in spurts of that fight, a boxing lesson. He was moving around a lot, running around, but it showed the inability of Teofimo Lopez to be able to cut the ring off successfully. He was getting outlanded in the exchanges here and there. Jermaine appeared to be on top of Teofimo Lopez in those exchanges. Like I said, fans on social media, people in the boxing world, top people in the boxing world, felt like Teofimo got a gift in that fight. And some saying it's a controversial win, just as Teofimo's other 2 opponents, which is Vasyl Lomachenko and Sandor Martin. Teofimo Lopez, man, since his loss to Kambosos, he hasn't really been clear what type of fighter that he really is. I mean, we already know he has hinted and threatened to retire. He has retired, been very vocal about money that he's not making, and speaking about black fighters that's making a little more money than he is. He feeling like that he is that guy and that dude, but with a performance like that, you can't justify the things that you're asking for in the sport of boxing. You can't expect the fans to want to support you. It was reported that the numbers flopped. Ticket sales were down tremendously. Teofimo is a popular fighter. He has a lot of antics when it comes to ring interests. And, you know, he does some things inside of the ring, especially if he wins a fight, you know, backwards flips and all of those type of things. It can be very entertaining. Let's make that clear. But at the same time, your antics have to match up to what you do inside of the ring. And at least for this fight versus ORTIZ, it didn't appear that way. Like I said, he looked like he was getting outboxed in times in that fight. And Jermaine ORTIZ was definitely winning on most people's cards. I can't say it's a complete robbery. I think that the fight could have went either way. I think in 10 rounds it was even, and it was up to the last 2 to determine the outcome of that fight. I think Teofimo did enough in those last 2 rounds to capture a win, but a very close win. And but easily it could have been on the flip side for Jermaine ORTIZ. Now it seems like the only thing that can justify this win is as if Teofimo Lopez fights Sabril Matias. And if he can fight him and put on a better performance and get a victory, then maybe that will justify this fight that just passed, or at least rematch ORTIZ, because I think it's still some things that's left unsaid when it comes to Teofimo Lopez's performance inside the ring. Yeah, man, I just can't really see how that fight was scored the way it was. It could have been very close to a draw, possibly, but at the same token, he was given the fight, he won the fight, and now it's all about what he does moving forward. Now, Keyshawn Davis fight went a little bit different, right? Keyshawn said he's the best 135-pounder, current 135-pounder. And he put on a great performance against Jose Pedraza, a savvy veteran, battle-tested veteran. Keyshawn Davis, now 10 wins, no losses, 7 wins by way of knockout. Jose Pedraza, 29-6 with 1 draw and 14 wins by way of knockout. Keyshawn Davis performed and looked really solid in his return back to the ring. There's nothing more to say about Keyshawn Davis. He is definitely a legitimate fighter in that division. Obviously, stamped by Terrence Bud Crawford. Call him his big bro. He said, you know, that he wants the likes to fight a Shakur Stevens, and he feels like he deserves some of those big fights. But at the same time, you have to respect Keyshawn Davis's performance and acknowledge him as a fighter that is a few fights away to becoming something really special in the sport of boxing. The talent is there, the skills are there. The only thing that I have in question right now is the discipline. Will his, mistake that he made, testing positive for marijuana, will that help him grow in a sense to where as though it has his discipline intact and has him more focused on his career in boxing? And if you really want to be one of the top guys in the sport or in the history of boxing, then there is a certain level of discipline that you got to have within yourself. You got to keep the people in your team close. You got to weed certain people of your team out that may not be that good influence for you or good with your career goals and intentions, because that can easily derail your career, and before you know it, you'll be regretting decisions that you may have made. 24 years old, plenty of life learning lessons ahead for Mr. Davis, but as a professional boxer, I believe he does have the skills and the talents to challenge some of the bigger names in the sport of boxing. But again, it just boils down to the discipline. Is he going to stay in the gym? Is he going to work harder than the next boxer? Is he going to stay more focused? Is he going to surround himself with that team of people that has his best interest when it comes to becoming one of the top guys in the sport of boxing? Yes, I would love to see Keyshawn Davis fight some of the top names in the sport of boxing, but it ain't on me. It's all up to Keyshawn Davis. What are you guys' thoughts and comments on Teofimo Lopez performance. Did you think the judges got it right? You think the scorecards were ridiculous? Would you like to see Teofimo Lopez redeem himself, even though he won that bout against a guy like Sabril Matias, or, well, we can't say Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney, because that match will be taking place in April 20 to be exact. Would you like to see him rematch Jermaine ORTIZ? Who would you like to see Keyshawn Davis fight? I mean, I know he doesn't have an extensive boxing background when it comes to fights in the ring right now, but obviously the skill and the talent is there. Who could you see him facing at this particular moment? It's your boy, Sports Guy TV, where we talk sports like religion, and I'm out. Till the next time.